Good morning, sir. Good morning, classmate. Today, I am going to report about the learning point or the defining key terms related to social constructivism. So, to better understand the socio-cultural dimensions of learning, it would be good to define and understand first the related key terms which you may across later in the topic. Context: the surrounding circumstances or conditions or the event or the environment upon which learning occurs in them. So that is context. Context: the environment, the conditions in the circumstances. So the next word is the community of practice. Community of practice defined as a group of people who share common interests or goals and regularly interact and coordinate their efforts. So, the school is an example of a community of practice. So, it is already understandable that in school, students and teachers coordinate to each other. Then, students and teachers have their common interests. What are those common interests? One is the learning. So, let's proceed to the next word, which is the authenticity. Closeness or resemblance to real-life situations and real-world tasks and problems. So, bali, it state in the sentence that authenticity is having real-life situation, real-world tasks that helps a person in developing his or her learning. So the next word is the scaffolding. It is help and support provided by an expert to a person or student while in the process of learning. So scaffolding is a tool that used in construction area. So it helps the workers to climb easily in the high places. So in school, scaffolding teachers represent as a scaffolding to the students. Why? Because the teacher helps the student to develop and make themselves or their learning develop higher. So culture. So we all know that what is culture, but if we are going to define it, it refers to characteristics of the individual or society or some subgroup within the society. So culture, this is the things that from our ancestors to our parents to our grandparents. The next word is the social constructivism. It refers to the emphasis on the social context of learning and the idea that knowledge is mutually built and constructed. So, for my understanding, without learning, there would be no idea. Then, if there would be no idea, learning will become useless. So that's it. So the next is learning point about the socio-constructivist view of learning. So, in this topic, we're going to encounter a person whose name Lee Vygotsky. He is a developmental psychologist, has laid some of the groundwork for contextual theories by espousing that society and culture provide many concepts and strategies that children can use in thinking about and solving everyday problems. So, bali, Levi Vygotsky believed that uh, society and culture can help a student to develop their learning. So, maybe we all know that it is true. Why? Because in every culture or in every society, there are so much things that can develop us and in our childhood until in our adulthood. society and culture are always there to help us solve our everyday problems. So that's what Vygotsky believed. So following are the key ideas and concepts in Vygotsky's theory. So on Road 2015. So the first is some cognitive processes are seen in a variety of species, but some are unique to human beings. So it is understandable that humans and animals are different. So the cognitive processes of humans is too higher than the animals. Why? Because we humans develop our learning from our childhood until in our when we are getting old. So the next one, through both informal conversations and formal schooling, adults convey to children the ways in which the culture interprets and responds to the world. So before we are going to school, our parents instruct us what are the things to do and what are the things that we should avoid to do. So that because that is our culture. So every culture not only teaches its member how to interpret and experience, but also passes along the physical and cognitive tools that make daily living more effective and efficient. So dili lang siya, it is not only teaches members how to interpret their experience, it also about make our life comfortable and easy because culture uh, produce so much of learnings that can be used to easily done our task. So the next one, through thought and language become increasingly interdependent the first few years of life for adults. Though, though thought and language are closely interconnected. For infants and young toddlers, thought and language are different functions. So, the next one is complex mental processes emerge out of social activities as children develop. They gradually internalize the process they use in social context and begin to use them independently. So, children appropriate their culture's tools in their own idiosyncratic manner. So, that's all for my report and goodbye.